Good morning, welcome back to the channel. Another weekly vlog. I'm about to head out to get my hair done, featuring Alex's new loaf of bread. Look at this. He's just made himself some toast, it seems, but he made like a French country loaf. Delicious. I woke up today in a bit of a funny funk. It's like period time, and I know I feel so bad. I feel so bad that I end up talking about this a lot. Maybe I need to like actually, I don't know. I end up talking about this a lot because it does impact my mood so significantly. But yeah, I didn't vlog yesterday. Time of the month, feeling a bit all over the place, feeling very tired. I think because of all the painting, it was very like exhausting labour wise to be going to the gym and, you know, up on a ladder all day painting. It's quite tiring. So I'm excited that we've actually finished the outside of the office. I'll show you later. But yeah, I'm heading out to get my hair done so we can get the greys gone. My hair is actually growing again. I have been trying to grow it for so long. I think it's partly because I wasn't necessarily taking the best care of it, but also I think that I was just kind of going to the hairdressers and being like, yeah, just cut whatever off, and not really being careful. And so this time, or the last few times, I've lengthened the time between my appointments, and then I've also very specifically said, can you just trim the very ends? So I'm not having it cut today, just having a hair dye, and it will feel all nice and fresh, hopefully. And this is my outfit for the day. So I've got this vintage dress on that I think it's just my favourite dress. It's so comfortable. And I just want to go back to that shop and buy more dresses from them, because their dresses I end up wearing so much. And when I did the wardrobe video, I noticed that some of my favourites were the ones from the vintage shop because they just make them so much better. So I saw lots of pictures on Instagram of girls wearing long white dresses, black like loafers or doll shoes, and big oversized jumpers. I would quite like an even bigger oversized jumper, but it's not the time of year. Difficult for me because I'm so tall, but I would love one that kind of goes all the way down to cover my bum. And then I've got my Viveya loafers on. I love these, they're so comfortable. They're essentially like wearing slippers. So I feel like I'm going out in slippers, a nightie, and an oversized jumper. And then I've just got my Vray lab diamond earrings I wear every day. I think these are, what's the brand? I'm going to put on screen the brand because I've forgotten. And then this is my little necklace I'd forgotten about, which is a lovely sort of daisy sort of chain that I bought for my hen do on Etsy, and it's lasted really well. And then this jumper, I actually genuinely believe I bought it in Trader Mills like a decade ago, so can't help you with that one. Anyway, what bag am I taking? I'm going to leave early. I'm going to take my Canusa London handbag that I have freshly organised, and I'm going to go early. My appointment's not till 1, it's 9:30 now, but I need to do a bit of shopping, and yeah, I just want to get there early so I don't feel stressed. I'm going to have a bit of lunch. I'm going to take my laptop with me, so if I end up having a successful shopping trip, I can sit down and do some work until my appointment. And I kind of want to, well, I want to nip into M&S to return the trousers and t-shirt. And also my friend Ali mentioned that they have Nobody's Child in the M&S in Truro. So I was eyeing up a few pieces online, and I'm going to a secret location next week. I can't say it because my friend, whose hen do it is, sometimes watches my vlogs. I feel like she's probably behind on my vlogs because she's a busy girl, but she does watch them. Probably she watches them a bit out of sync, or maybe she watches just the occasional one. But if she so happens to be watching this one, I cannot reveal the location we're going to. And I just thought maybe if I saw something cute, though I probably, having watched that wardrobe video, probably don't need any more dresses, do I? But it brings me so much joy. It's kind of the weighing up, isn't it, between the joy it brings me and the self-expression it brings me, the body confidence it gives me, versus not being, you know, frivolous. So we'll have a look and see, and I'm just going to get out of here, I think, because my brain is in a muddle today. I'm having a day like that, and I said to Alex, when I have a day like that, when I feel like my brain is in a muddle and it's communicating lots of things to me. It's worrying about stuff, it's saying nasty things about myself, it's having low self-esteem. What I do is one thing I do is I tell myself to behave like a sim. So I'll say, you're a sim today, so what needs meeting? Showering, getting dressed, eating, you know, completing the tasks on the Sims. You'd have like hobbies that you can like level up on, and do that today. And the other thing is to not think, just do. And it's very helpful if you're like me and you have an overactive, overthinking brain. Sometimes you need the time to just say to yourself, today is not the time to be thinking, today is the time to be doing. And allow yourself to have the thinking days when your brain is not in that kind of more self-conscious state of mind. It really, really helps me. I had a word with myself. I was in the office and things weren't going right. I'd lost a file, my computer had updated, all those kind of silly things that don't really matter was making me get really, really worked up. And so I just said, Maddie, not today. Today's not the time to think, because my brain was really wiring. Today is the time to just do. So I got up, I left it, got myself ready, and it really does help, because then before you know it, you're kind of out of that funk and your brain isn't really thinking so much because you're doing stuff. And it's not, I know some people might take that as I'm avoiding my feelings. I'm not, because on the days where I'm more level-headed, I do think about my feelings and I talk about my feelings, just not on the days when that's happening, because it doesn't, it's usually your brain is actually kind of playing tricks on you and lying to you. So that's my little tip for today, because it's how I've been feeling. So I'm gonna go out. I'm getting such a beautiful scent right now because I used a cream that I bought on our honeymoon. I just got it out because my legs were a bit dry, and it smells so strongly of like rose, and just like, it's like a grandma smell, but I love it because it smells really fresh at the same time. And then I've also got the Fern perfume. It's their number 24 spring, and they did just give me a link, because I think last time I was like, I think that the link didn't work. It was like a sign up for it. So they have sent me a link, so I'll leave it below, and it's honestly what I've worn every day since they've sent it. It's like my new favourite perfume because it's got so much depth to it. There's a lot of perfumes I buy that just don't last on me. I wear them, they make me sneeze for one, and they also don't last on me, whereas this doesn't make me sneeze at all. I think because it's an organic perfume, and it really, really lasts. It just smells so good. So it makes me feel spring-like. So let's go get my hair did, and then tomorrow we're getting my nails did. Just chucked on my brown leather jacket. Can't tell if it works or ruins the vibe, because it's brown. This is why I don't actually wear this as much, because it's brown. I have a lot of black accessories. Does this not connect to this? Maybe it does. And maybe black and brown, who cares? First dress. What do we think? I have this in navy, and I have the long sleeve in corduroy with like a burgundy red and a green. This is their Starlight dress from Nobody's Child. I highly recommend it. It's so comfortable, so flattering, and they have it in so many different versions. And this is one I had my eye on the website. I really do like it. I'm not like 100% sold, only because, what do you think? I don't know. So the colours are lovely, but I'm not 100% sure. But then I don't know if that's me just second guessing myself because I'm used to wearing such neutrals. I do have bright dresses, but maybe because it's slightly out of my comfort zone. I don't know. But it is very cool. This one, I think I'm wearing the wrong bra, so just ignore that. I think this washes me out a little bit, the colour. It's very beautiful though, but I don't know, it's almost like too similar. Like the colours up close are lovely because they're like reds and peaches, but as a colour overall I feel like it looks too peach, too similar. I don't know, maybe it's fine. But I think my rule when shopping is unless you absolutely love it, it's a no. I'm having second thoughts. know what you think. Here it is in red. Maybe this is my favourite. Please ignore the bra. I wouldn't wear it like that. I can't decide whether to size up or not, but lovely pockets, lovely fabric buttons, lovely poofy sleeves. I prefer the length of these sleeves actually to the other dress. A bit more flattering, I think. I want to cover up. I think there's quite a lot of cleavage, isn't it? Right, we're back in the car. I've got like 20 minutes, so I get really overwhelmed going shopping. So I really just did not want to sit in. So I've just got about 20 minutes till my hair appointment. Let me just double check. I'm getting paranoid. It's at 1. Yeah, I get so overwhelmed going shopping, and I had too many bags and I just wanted to be in my own space. So I could have sat in Sabzi and eaten, but I just was like, I just need to not be like hearing any voices. I'll show you the bits I got like tomorrow or the next day, but I'm just gonna eat my lunch. Let me show you my lunch. Delicious lunchbox from Sabzi. If you're ever in Cornwall, they have one in Padstow as well, and Falmouth. Probably my favourite food to buy and favourite place to go. They're always so friendly. They always change their food seasonally, so it's never the same, and it's just this most delicious vegetable box. It's vegetarian, the lunch box is, but I just ask for the vegan option because sometimes they put like feta on the potatoes, but it's mainly vegan, and they maybe swap out like the yogurt for coconut yogurt or something. Let's give it a little taste. Mmm. Wow. And then I've got a cappuccino. And honestly, is there anything better than having a cappuccino when you're out? Like having someone else make you a coffee? Because I don't do it very often. Just heavenly. This is one thing I'll show you. I got these sunnies in Enjoy. I also got jeans. I've been hunting for jeans, you know this. I said to her as I bought them, I said, I've been trying to find jeans from just normal shops for so long and always been failing because of how tall I am. I don't know why I hadn't been into Enjoy, because I feel scared buying vintage jeans online because you can't, I mean, I guess you could return them, but I kind of wanted to try them on. So they had all the different lengths. They had so many Levi's. So again, if you're in Cornwall, go to Enjoy Clothing to get jeans because they have every size. And they had the long length jeans. So they go up to my waist, they go up to my belly button, they fit my thighs, and they also went down to my my feet. One pair was actually almost too long, which means I can roll them up and I can wear them with like heeled boots in the winter. And yeah, I got 2 pairs because one was slightly lighter wash, one was slightly darker wash, and one was high rise, one was sort of mid rise. So I'm very happy. I mean, I may put them on later and be like, why did I buy these? But because I do get I get body conscious and sensitive around jeans because I don't know why. I think it's just an item of clothing that I've always struggled to find to fit me. So it just makes me feel quite insecure. But yeah, they're gorgeous anyway. And I got a jumper, which you probably saw. And then these sunglasses. I've been after like a thinner pair of sunglasses for a really long time, and they never suit me. And I put these on and I was like, oh my God, they actually kind of look quite cool because they're not too narrow, and they're tortoise shell. And they've got like kind of a slightly more of an angle to them. They're kind of like vintage looking, whereas I think some of the other ones are a bit too maybe 90s noughties, but I really like these for just a change, and also for a pair of sunglasses that I don't have to worry about losing, because most of my sunglasses are more expensive and I get so scared, and I have lost so many pairs and it really upsets me. So I thought I'll buy a pair like this that I don't have to worry about so much if I break them. But anyway, I'm gonna shush and get my hair done, eat my lunch. Hair is done. I'll show you properly when I get home, but look at that shine and look at that blow dry. Oh, I get my hair done at Goldbird in Truro, and it's an Aveda salon, so my hair dye is using Aveda products, and I highly recommend, if you're someone who wants to dye their hair naturally, cruelty-free, they have lots of vegan formulation. In fact, I feel like most of their stuff is vegan now. I might be wrong, but yeah, I get it dyed because I have greys. This is kind of as close to my natural hair colour as I can get. It is a bit darker because it obviously you're dyeing it from the roots to the ends, but it's so fresh, and I always get a treatment and a blow dry, and then I cut it like every, I don't know, like every maybe like 3 months or a bit longer, because I was finding if I was cutting it too often, my hair was just not growing. Because my hair is fine, so I've got a lot of hair, don't get me wrong, but it is fine, so it does kind of, it doesn't really need to be cut all the time, otherwise I just end up with not, you know, not any hair growing. But yeah, Selena did my hair today because my Sammy is on maternity, and I've actually I haven't seen Selena since, like we were discussing it, maybe since like 6 years ago when she used to do my hair. And then I moved, and I think when I came back she'd moved to the Wadebridge salon, so she does curly haircuts though, so I think next time I might book with her. And she said how with curly cuts she'll do it when it's dry, and then with wavy maybe she'll do it when it's wet but not as much tension, and there's different techniques, so I'd be intrigued to see the difference in my hair if I get it cut specifically for like styling my hair wavy, and see the end result. But yeah, feeling fresh, gonna head home now, and I'm excited. This week's gonna be a good week. I'm not sure if this video will be a full week or if I'll split into 2 weeks, because I've got quite a lot going on this week, and I know that I'm gonna chat. I've already been busy today, and I'm gonna show you the clothes I've got. So I'm getting my nails done tomorrow, but Thursday we're going to Nansledden in Newquay for a fun PR event, and I'm excited for that. And then what else are we doing this week? It's my niece's birthday, so we're going to the seal sanctuary, which I'm really looking forward to, and probably for the rest of the week as well we're just going to be finishing on little touching up bits around the office and that kind of thing, and hopefully we'll have some sunshine and prepping also for going away. So yeah, but I'm gonna go home now. I'm really thirsty, but I've run out of water. As I filled this bottle up, this is my ocean bottle, really recommend these are so good, but it's quite small for a full day out for me. I'm the sort of person who drinks a lot of water, so I usually have my big Stanley one, and I didn't today, and I'm quite thirsty. Anyway, I'm gonna go home and smell this beautiful shampoo conditioner treatment in my hair for the journey home. I'm so glad that my hair's growing now. Obviously I've just had it blow dry, so it's bouncier, but it's reaching, I always think I like it like boob length. It's reaching it, and it's like the length I want it. Right, we do have to leave in a millisecond, but my husband is my husband, and he faffs. So let me give you a little haul of what I bought. I know I showed you these in the car, but maybe the lighting wasn't so good. And here's my lovely fresh shiny hair. And then, so the first bits that I got were some shoes from M&S. And these, do these not look just like the Hermes Aran shoes? I think though actually the Arans are technically not the heeled ones, but you know the Aran heels that Hermes that everyone has? The sandals I mean. And they also have the little heel. They also had them in tan, which I'm very tempted to go back and buy. But they're vegan leather, and I don't own a pair of black like little sandal heels. And when I did my declutter in the last video, this was kind of something that I thought would be good for the hen do as well. I got loads of bath bombs from Lush. They might have labelled them, so I can actually tell you which ones I got. So we have got the Comforter, is that what it says? The Comforter Bath I like bubble bars rather than the bath bombs because I like the bubbles. We've got rose jam, avocado cuddle, which was so cute. It's literally like an avocado with a little smiley face on it. And then 2 of this is like it's a garden one. I forgot what it's called, but it's like a watering can. Let me show you. No fun me not showing you, is it? Are you ready to go, Alex? Because I'm doing this whilst I'm waiting for you to get ready to go. Have you got your shoes on and stuff?
Yes.
No, you haven't.
My shoes are right there.
So this is like a little watering can. And apparently, if you're really conscious and you don't want to use bath water, you can reuse that water and water your garden with it and it will enrich the soil. So after you have a bath with that particular one, you can shove a watering can in there, take it outside. I thought that was quite neat. This is the comforter, which I'm pretty sure is kind of blackberry. It's very sweet. It smells like candy. But I like those swirly ones because you can use them for quite a few baths. This rose jam one, I love the smell of roses. This probably lasts maybe 2 baths, but it's a rose shape with like a little cupcake, sort of bit of icing in the middle. And then the avocado cuddle is adorbs. Look at it, it's a little heart and it's an avocado. And that one just smells like sherbet lemon. I swear there's another one. Yes, there is. This was, I think, my favourite smell, apple crumble. The watering can one smells lovely too. It smells very like gardeny. But this one, to me, smells like the apple gel pens that we grew up with.
Oh, yeah, it does kind of.
And then these are the things that you saw me buy in the vintage shop. So it was this jumper, which is just so cute because I feel like this is all year round because it's wool, but because of the pattern and the colour, so it's like a cream colour with sort of lighter, I feel like this is the kind of thing that if I went to the beach, I'd bring this with me to shove on over a dress at the end of the day, because in the UK it gets cold. So this is only £20, which I thought was a good price. And it's really long, goes all the way down to my bum, which is literally what I asked for this morning. I manifested it. First pair is this pair, and these are Riders by Lee Relaxed, and these are high-waisted, I would say like straight cut jeans. So they're kind of like mum jeans or boyfriend jeans, but there's no rips in them whatsoever. There's a few marks, but I feel like I could give these a really thorough wash. They're really like worn down, so they're like, oh, I just love them. So I'm so happy I went in there and got the right sizes because I've been looking for jeans for so long and it's been annoying and upsetting me. So that's, what length is that? I don't think it says the length, but they're very long. And then this length is 34, so this was long as well. This has a little rip in the butt, but it's in the pocket, and I just think that's kind of cute. But these are Levi's, so these are Levi's, and are they Levi's 501s? I think they are. 505s. So they're kind of like a mid-rise, and these are a bit more, yeah, a comfy fit, very, very long, so I can roll them up, and that kind of classic denim colour. I think this is my favourite kind of denim colour. So chuffed. But now we've got to head out. I think that those jeans would look very cute with these little sandals. And I can actually dress in the outfits that I've pinned because so many of my outfits are with jeans and I just haven't had them for so long. Anyway, let's go. Straight in, straight back out again. Hey! Roxy's pulled all the cushions off the... she pulls all the cushions off the window seat when we leave the house because Zeus's food has to go on the table because that's the only place obviously Roxy can't reach. But when we go out, she jumps on the window seat and then jumps on the table. But there's no food on the table because when we go out we move his food. But every time we come home, pretty much we have to put all the cushions back. She is a little terror. Maybe we should start feeding Zeus up here. He hates it up here. Yeah, we're home and we had a Riverford today. So I'll show you what I got on my Riverford. Reminder that if you sign up to Riverford, you get £15 with my link. So you can get some money off your box if you want to get some organic food delivered. So we have this every week. We've got a salad box. And I've been getting into a really good habit of making a massive salad and frying some tofu, and then I'll have it with maybe some beans every week. So me and Alex can have that and then have it with kimchi or sauerkraut. It's really easy, it's a great lunch, and because I get the salad box, it means I'm getting like kind of seasonal, kind of different things every time. Generally it's the same, but it's slightly different. So we've got lamb's lettuce. Looks like this time we've got little gem lettuce. We've got, I think they pretty much always put peppers in there, which are good too, just for cooking. I often don't put them in the salad, I just use them to cook with. We're having fajitas, so that's good. This time we've got big tomatoes. We've got celery, and we've got avocado, whoops, which I will probably actually just use for avocado on toast, but the lettuce and celery, no cucumber. Oh well, there's like other things here that I can use. I was thinking the other day how, well, because I had the sabzi, not the other day, today, that I want to cook some potatoes. We've got quite a lot of potatoes, and add that to the salad. Maybe, I don't know, why am I putting it back in the box? I guess because I'm filming.
You got to have sabzi today.
Yeah?
And I had to eat horrible leftovers.
You don't like sabzi very much. It's too healthy for you.
You didn't bring me a Burger King.
Then we've got a veg box. He's completely joking, by the way, in case people are on. Sometimes
what?
I have to preface. Oh look, this is why I actually love Riverford, because it comes and it's covered in slugs and, not slugs, little slugs. Ooh. And mud, so it's come straight from the farm.
Kill them.
We have got mushrooms, so chestnut mushrooms, and I always add shiitake mushrooms to my order. But in this week's veg box, we get the medium one. We have got, this looks like just like spring greens, leeks. Pretty much at this time of year, I feel like we've been having leeks for a few weeks now. Got more lettuce. They often have lettuce in their veg box, and I often alternate between the veg box and the fruit and veg box, or sometimes I don't have the box depending what we're doing. This is the first time I'm seeing asparagus, which is very exciting, and I'm going to make a asparagus and like broccoli or pea frittata. So you know we love our omelettes, and I've been trialling a frittata recipe, and I want to try it again because I did try it for my cookbook, but it didn't quite work, and it was towards the end, and it was kind of one of those recipes that just ended up not going in the cookbook. So I really want to try it again. Lots of people on the internet make it with tofu, but I just think tofu is not the right texture because it tastes like tofu. Like scrambled tofu is tofu, whereas chickpea flour really has something about it that is eggy. I don't know why, it's the texture, because the inside doesn't cook as much as like the outside, and it goes crispier. So we're going to try that when our chickpea flour arrives, and put the asparagus in that. We've got potatoes, we've got carrots, and we've got onions, good staples. I might add the carrots into the salad actually. And then these are my, like, you can set your order to have like repeated things. So I always get lemons and limes because I always cook with them pretty much every day. I always get shiitake mushrooms. I think garlic is like every month or every, no, surely not. No, it'll be every 2 weeks probably because I get through a lot of garlic. And then I always have 4 blocks of tofu, which usually we use for curry or stir fry, and then for scrambled tofu for the salad. Often we run out. I feel like I need to up it to 5. And then I've started to add this, the bold bean organic chickpeas, because they're so good. We just went to Damascus because it was on the way home. There were just a few extra things. Some hippies, these were actually reduced. Look at all this food, this mess. They have exotic mushrooms there and I really fancied them. Ever since listening to that podcast about mushrooms, it's just confirmed to me to eat more of them, because you know I'm obsessed with mushrooms and I love them, and if I had a choice I would eat them every day. And then when I listened to that podcast I was like, I do have a choice, I can eat them every day, and you can eat loads of them, and I eat like a punnet at a time. So I might even up the amount of mushrooms I get from Riverford, because like my dream breakfast would be mushrooms on toast every day with either scrambled tofu or, you know, mushed up chickpeas, or mushroom chickpea omelette. I'm so into savoury breakfast right now, and these are, they have, I think that these are enoki mushrooms, and then these are oyster, and these are chestnut. And in that podcast they emphasise the importance of trying lots of different kinds of mushrooms. So if you're not a mushroom fan, try different kinds. So Obviously in the supermarket there's lots of the white mushrooms, like the closed cup mushrooms, which I think a lot of us were brought up on eating. And I know that in school I was brought up eating the kind of, they're almost boiled mushrooms, and they just, even when you get like a fry up, the mushrooms that come with a fry up, 9 times out of 10 are disgusting. I mean, I eat them because they're mushrooms and they're still nice, they're still mushrooms. But they really are nothing compared to when you cook mushrooms properly, because they don't cook them enough, number one. They haven't reduced enough, the water's not gone from them. And they're often like that squeaky texture that I think everyone hates. But if you buy shiitake mushrooms, chestnut mushrooms, oyster mushrooms, and you fry them down for a really long time so that they shrink quite literally in half. Like I will put an entire punnet, like 200 grams, 300 grams of mushrooms in a pan, and they will reduce to like a third of the amount. And then season them with, you know, cook them with garlic, with salt and pepper, with soy sauce, miso, mixed herbs, whatever you fancy, spices, pesto, season them, and they will soak up all that delicious flavour, and then they brown on the outside. And they are the tastiest thing because they're so meaty and umami-y that if you're vegetarian or vegan as well, they're great for that addition to your diet. Because fun fact, mushrooms are not a plant. They're actually closer to humans in their biology than they are plants, because they don't photosynthesize. They consume, obviously because they're fungi, they consume other things, eat other things like humans do. Fun fact. Anyway, that's my little mushroom ramble. I got some organic rye bread because I love the taste of rye bread, and Alex hasn't fully delved into the world of baking rye bread, though I think the loaf he made, he used some rye flour in. It's like a French country loaf. But this is really good to have in the freezer, and then you can just whack it out whenever you need it and put it in the toaster. Tabascos have organic frozen fruit, which is so good, and berries are on the Dirty Dozen. They're the one that has the most pesticides. If you can get it organic, try. We have got linguine because we're going to have a lentil ragu. Some wraps because I really crave fajitas. I'm unsure if we should have them tonight though, because the avocados feel like they are really not ready to eat yet. Got a bottle of wine. This was a Massan Viognier, product of France. Get in the mood. No, can't say that. So I'll have this at the weekend. It just looks yummy. We've got coconut yogurt. We have got baduki beans, chickpeas, chopped tomatoes, passata, and turmeric. And then we've also got chickpea flour and mental dates coming. So I feel like this is the amount of food we bought this time. This is like 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half. We've got a lot of food. There's only 2 of us. But last week I feel like we did we do a proper shop last week? I don't even know. We probably did. We've got some leftovers from last week. We've got some veg leftovers. So I'm going to use some of those now for dinner. Time to put everything away, but I'm so happy with my purchases. I actually cannot get over these shoes. Like, look how good they are. I'm sorry this feels very like haul heavy, but I also have this that came at the weekend and I didn't show you. It's from ProCook, who very kindly sent me some like dishware. So I'm going to show you because it's really pretty. I didn't have anything like it, and we buy so much stuff from ProCook, so that's why I said yes. I really have been trying to like limit the PR I've been getting and trying to say yes just to the brands that I love and buy. And I feel like most of my stuff in my kitchen, it's either been handed down to me or it's been from ProCook or Garden Trading, because yeah, ProCook is so good for good quality but good priced things. So this is lovingly crafted ProCook Sonoma Stoneware, and it's this gorgeous like greenish blue colour with like cream. And I have obviously got lots of white tableware. I've got lots of patterned vintage ones on the dresser behind you, but I thought this was quite nice for something a bit more rustic. It's a bit more like, yeah, rustic. It's got a bit of colour to it because for food photography basically. So when we're doing recipes, sometimes I think, oh, this would do quite well with something a bit more rustic, because I've either got white or something kind of patterned and floral. Things like curries or like wholesome like soups, sometimes I feel like something like this would work better, or something that was orangey or yellowy because of the contrast could work really, really well. But I just thought this was beautiful. It's called Sonoma. I'll leave a link to it. And this is their, I think it's their 12-piece set. So it's got 4 dinner plates, 4 bowls, and I really like that it's all like lumpy and uneven. So it's very nice. And actually the fact that it's white like that is quite nice. Well, not white, cream. So thank you, ProCook, for that. Very, very appreciated. Building up quite the collection. I love having a collection of tableware. It makes, when you're doing food photography, when I'm doing that with Ali, it makes it so fun and so creative, and I get to see where there are gaps in the photography. It's really lovely to have the variety of tableware to choose from. I think that this is a lovely set as well to use in the garden during the spring, summer months. So we have some leftovers from last week. Purple sprouting broccoli, leeks. I always forget what this is, chard, and potatoes that are kind of sprouting because they're a couple weeks old. So I'm gonna boil and roast the potatoes, not like classic roast potatoes, like quick ones. Just, I'm not gonna be, you know, fussy about it. I'm just shoving them in the oven. And then in a separate baking tray, I'll roast this veg. And then I might make like a cashew creamy kind of sauce to go on top, or a tahini sauce, not really sure yet. Maybe we'll have it with some chickpeas as well for some protein. Basically I'm just chucking it together, I'm not entirely sure exactly, but it should taste nice. Said this to Alex, but this weather makes me so happy, and I think the older I get the more it impacts me, because I used to be like, oh, I love winter. What? That's what I did. Because like, I don't know, maybe it's because, yeah, as you get older the weather, I guess, impacts what you do more, because it impacts like my job, it impacts whether I can get out in the garden, whether we can do like maintenance around the house, whether you can go out and do fun things with your friends and family. Maybe when you're younger you spend more time indoors because you're like watching TV or gaming, or like, I don't know, you're kind of like in a bad mood because you're a teenager. But I just feel like the older I get the more I just crave like sunshine and like good weather and like spring. I think it's just spring and autumn. Spring and autumn are just my favourites. Winter I get fed up with, summer I get fed up with. Some I only get fed up with because I live in Cornwall. Anyway, we're gonna boil these potatoes that I've just roughly chopped in here, and then I'm gonna cut these up and put these in the oven with some garlic, and then I'll show you how I make the sauce. Not really sure yet. Oh, I didn't show you this, but Lush gave me like a free little hair mask, which I thought was cute. Whenever you make roast potatoes, drain them, shake them, and then leave them to steam. So all that steam is water, and obviously, and you don't want too much water in the potatoes, so they'll go more crispy. So kind of just wait until the steam dies down. If you've got plenty of time, you could leave them there for like, you know, 15 minutes, but if you're short on time, just wait till they've just stopped steaming so much. And it means they'll be a bit drier when you roast them. And you can also go to the effort of preheating your oil. So I might do that now, because why not, if I'm waiting for these to steam. So my veg is in the oven with the potatoes. I've just turned them. I've just drained this tin of aduki beans. And I'm going to put a bit more of the dukkha. Put some of this on the potatoes. And I'm going to put some spice on here, maybe some lemon juice. A little bit of spice. Chili and paprika. Pepper. What I realise now is I'm kind of like doing a bit of a sabzi bowl subconsciously. It wasn't intentional, it was just kind of the things that were left from last week's Riverford. Just give this a little stir. Not the right spoon, but it's the one I had. Well, maybe I could be bothered. Yeah, I'm gonna heat these up in a pan. So I'll just cook those a little bit. If I had thought about it beforehand, I would have put the lime juice on after, but that's fine. And then I think I'm gonna blend just a really fast, not measured, not really thought through, just like cashewy sauce. So that's probably like 1/4 cup of cashews. A little bit of tahini, which is kind of like the dregs of the tahini left, for some extra creaminess. If you're ever following like a recipe that has cashews and you are allergic to nuts, tahini is quite a good substitute because it's sesames. I have some leftover coriander, chuck that in there. Couple spoons of nutritional yeast, a little bit of mustard. This is quite a fun one. My mum left this here. It's a grumpy old man's mustard. A little bit of milk, or you could just use water. I might need more, but yeah, I'm really not thinking this through too heavily. Oh, and I'm gonna put a bit of garlic in there. And then I'm gonna blend it and see what it tastes like. Oh, lemon. Lemon. Whoopsie, that went everywhere. So here we have our nice little potatoes sizzling away. Greens, the nice sauce, which turned out a lovely colour of green from the coriander. And then the beans, which I've kind of just cooked over there. I'm not gonna move those yet. So let's dish up. This smells so nice. Alex got some new dumbbells. Oh, very good.
Do you know this one?
Being incompetent. Battery's about to die, of course, the battery's about to die.
There's a fresh battery there.
No, that's dead.
Well, at some point you've got to blame yourself.
I didn't blame anyone.
Yeah, you did. Ooh.
What?
Exciting.
Is it? It's like meat and 2 veg. And the best bit is the drizzle. I feel like the presentation could have been better, but yum. And it's light outside. Happy Wednesday. Let's find my lippy balm that I just have a feeling I used and then didn't put back. So this whole plan to organise all of my bags. Well, no, I have my Lush one. My Snow Fairy. Which Alex doesn't like when I use. Because he says it tastes like soap. I like the taste of it. It's 8 o'clock, we're heading to the gym, and then I've got to quickly come home, shower and go back out to get my nails done. I think I'm going to go for something floral. I've got red right now. I've pinned quite a few cute little floral designs, so I think we're going to go for that. And it's actually sunny today, it feels properly spring-like. It's quite cold still. Yeah, it's a really nice day today. So that's lovely. And I'm feeling in a good mood, so let's go to the gym. Well, I haven't actually been to the gym recently. I do tend to drop off around my period. I'm just like, no, thank you. Well, it's not loading, of course. Never seems to whenever I want to tell you about it. So let's just go. Our nails are done. I love doing the nail updates with you. We've gone for little flowers with little leaves. It's a variation of what I've had quite a few times, but so perfect, and Steph has nailed it again. She just does them so perfectly. And yeah, my nails are actually getting quite long again. I end up cutting them short, and then I just prefer the way that these look. I think they just flatter my hands quite nicely. My thumbs especially are quite long right now, but I feel like it looks quite elegant. I wouldn't want it any longer, but I feel like this is a really good length because they're long but not too long. Got myself a coffee, and I'm gonna head home and finally eat something. I had to come straight here because I ran out of time. I had to go to M&S to return something, and then yeah, I looked at the time, and then I was in the car doing some emails, and then I was like, shoot, I have to get to the appointment. So I'm pretty hungry, and I'm excited to make some brunch. We're home, and I've got mushrooms out of the fridge and tofu, and I'm just gonna make a big batch of scrambled tofu with mushrooms and have it with some of Alex's bread, and then I can eat it for the rest of the week. In fact, I'm gonna make a massive portion. I'm gonna do 2 blocks of tofu, and then, is the pepper for anything in particular? I'll use a pepper in there as well. Do you like, will you eat any of this or not?
What is it, sorry?
If I put loads of mushrooms, you probably wouldn't, would you?
Probably not.
No, that's fine.
But you do it yourself.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll make a nice big batch of scrambled tofu. This is my version of meal prep. If you are someone who just thinks meal prep is too much, I say this a lot, but my version of meal prep is when you're cooking, just make more, because then it doesn't take any more time. Well, maybe it takes a little bit more time because you have a little bit more chopping to do, but it means you've meal prepped without it interfering with your week. So you just have to make the time to cook, essentially. So yeah, I would usually have this for breakfast though, but obviously that didn't happen. I've got all these very fun mushrooms. I'm not gonna use all of them, but I'll use quite a lot of them. I like to tear these kinds of ones. They just tend to tear quite nicely. Oh, I'm so excited for these. Though these feel like a shame to put in a tofu scramble. No, it's fine. I do that a lot. Does any of you do that? Please tell me you do, because like growing up, there's certain foods that were special. And obviously when you have children, that's probably part of it, that you don't want your kids to just eat everything as soon as you buy it. But also I think that obviously like, you know, families all go through periods of time where they have more or less money, and now I still have like a hangover almost from, oh, that looks a bit moldy. That's the issue with these. Sometimes I feel like you buy them and they package them in such suffocating plastic that they get moldy. I now still have this feeling of like foods like this, they're very special. Well, because they're more expensive. But then I tell myself, oh, no, you can't eat those. And it's like, Maddie, this is the food you bought to eat, so eat it. You don't need to save it. And I really need to get out of that mindset. Please let me know how other people do that. I do it with fruit. So like in my household, things like raspberries and grapes and strawberries were, you know, they were special. You'd have them for pudding, or you'd share them. And I get it, obviously, because if you're a kid, if you let a kid just do whatever, they may go into the fridge and eat an entire punnet. And then it means nobody else in the family gets to eat it. But when you're like just a couple with no children and you buy your food, I am allowed. I can eat an entire punnet of raspberries. I just think that's kind of interesting that I still have that now at this age. And yeah, it's funny.
Sonos thing, I had already received the thing.
What?
Take as much as I can. So I was in the office with that.
Cameras on eBay. Here it is, nice big batch. So that's about, well, 4 to 6 portions depending how much you want to eat, but I'm going to have a quarter of it now because I'm not eating breakfast. And yeah, you see how the mushrooms have like really reduced, and they're going to add a really lovely meaty texture to the dish. And then we have my big pile of mush. Tastes a lot better than it looks. But yeah, that colour from the turmeric. Turmeric is so good for you. And I've got cumin in there, lots of spices. Gonna be very tasty. I'm running myself a bath. I've used this guy and it smells so good. I'd forgotten how good Lush bubble bars are, because I was using, I can't remember, I think I just bought one in Boots because I'd run out, and nothing is as good as Lush. It's just not. I think I'm getting sick. Now, it's interesting because when you start to get sick, it makes you realise how long it's been since you've had like a cold, and it actually does make me very grateful, because having health anxiety and overcoming that, when you get a little bit ill and you're aware of being ill, I don't know, I just had a moment, I was like, I'm getting ill, and I thought, oh wow. I had a moment like, I haven't been ill in a while, and I don't know, it just makes you appreciative of your health, the fact that generally day to day I get by just fine, and I'm healthy and I'm doing good. And I really hope I don't get sick. This is 100% symptomatic of me just doing too much painting and working at the same time. Lots of things happening, and that just happens in life sometimes. You just end up with a period of time where you're doing more than usual. You don't really have your usual schedule, and that's just what's happening at the minute. It's temporary though, so it's fine. And what I have to do now is just make sure that in the evenings I'm maintaining my normal routine, because I think for a little bit of time I was doing too much in the evening, because I was like painting a lot during the day, and it takes a long time. Maybe I'm very slow. I don't think I am, I'm quite quick. I'm a perfectionist though, and Alex is even more of a perfectionist, and so we're not like, we don't do things at a normal pace. And I also think a lot on the internet, people are a lot of the time getting stuff done by tradesmen, which we do too, but when you do it yourself it takes longer. Yeah, it's just one of those reminders, and I'm going to make sure every night I go to bed early, I switch off from work, I switch off from decorating, and just wind down and make sure I'm taking my supplements. My diet at the minute is very healthy. I'm eating a lot of yummy goodness and trying to add lots in, so I don't think that's the issue. I just think it's just being run down. So having a bath, gonna steam out. I feel like you can hear it in my voice, and it's really funny because like the past few days I was getting into bed at night and starting to sneeze a lot, and I said to Alex, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I allergic to? Why am I sneezing all the time? Didn't cross my mind that it's probably a cold. Anyway, fingers crossed it's not one that develops to anything. I'm gonna have a bath, feel relaxed, and just get myself all fresh for tomorrow. And yeah, it's very nice. I know I'm like, maybe this won't make sense to some of you, but that moment just then I had of just saying how I feel like I'm getting ill and reflecting on health anxiety, it does mean a lot to me, because I was having a conversation with somebody about health anxiety, and they were telling me how they experienced it too, and I was trying to offer advice about it and kind of share that therapy is really helpful, CBT is really helpful, so hopefully they're going to go down that route to get help with that, because I think it's really important to like have someone professional explain to you how it works and how to improve it. But yeah, just having a moment of reflection and just thinking how far you've come, how you've overcome some of the most dark times of your life. I think I'm someone who, I don't know, I don't like to, I always try and preface this by saying I don't like to get too deep, and then I actually get quite deep on my channel quite a lot. But I now know at 32 years old, I will always be somebody who will live with anxiety and depression and OCD tendencies, and that's okay. Like, I have done a lot of work with therapists and looking after myself to, you know, improve symptoms, and I'm very aware of myself now, but I don't know, I feel like it's one of those things that a lot of it is genetic, and you can't undo that if that is part of you, and if it always kind of has been. So yeah, you go through ebbs and flows, and I suppose when you become accepting of the fact that that's kind of part of the way your brain works, it means that when it does happen, you don't get so stressed by it. Because I used to get really down when I'd go through a period of time of like working hard on myself, and then I'd get low again, and I'd be like, oh, for goodness sake, why is this happening again? When you realise that it's okay, it doesn't need to be, oh no, it's happening again. It can just be a blip, and you can just carry on doing the things you know are good for you, and you'll come out of that blip. It does help, and kind of realising also and reflecting on how far you've come, and how even though maybe right now, you know, I have days where I feel really anxious, it isn't like it once was. I'm not experiencing that debilitating nature of health anxiety, and even my eating disorder in the past. It's a different version of the same thing. I'm not experiencing in that debilitating manner that it's all consuming, it's all day long, it's, you know, interrupting your relationships, your work. That is extremely challenging to overcome, and if you have experienced that and you have overcome it, just be proud of yourself and take the moment to reflect and think, wow, I really did that. And even though I feel down, or I had a bad day, or whatever, maybe it's not like it once was. Or if you're in that moment right now where it is debilitating, empower yourself enough to go and get help, and don't feel weak for that, or don't feel like, I don't know, don't do the self-sabotage thing where you don't go get help. Go and speak to somebody, and realise that your brain's actually just playing a trick on you, and that can happen from trauma or life or genetics, lots of things. So anyway, I'm going to have a bath and feel grateful for my health, because I have it and lots of people don't, and yeah, things can change in an instant. It's crazy the things that can happen, and I should just be appreciative of what I have now. So let's have a bath and appreciate the glorious bath, and it smells so good.